sad story is that the legislature refused to deal with the entire $24 billion budget deficit. They also refused to streamline government, and they refused to consolidate agencies, and they refused to cut unnecessary boards and commissions. They also refused to undertake reforms to root out the massive waste, fraud, and abuse that is going on in our largest programs.
Okay, breaking news. I sure would not want to be a California lawmaker right now because the Terminator, he's getting all fired up. The Arnold declaring a fiscal emergency for Cali today. The White House stopping short of promising new federal aid for California after lawmakers there failed to meet an early morning deadline to agree on a balanced budget. California will now begin issuing IOUs to the state's vendors and local agencies, but will they ever get paid? Is it worth anything? Aaron McLear, press secretary to the governor, joins us for happy hour. So, Aaron, I'm reading here on some of the wire reports, and you guys, the Republican administration, want to cut college aid, children's health care, and welfare programs. I guess you got to cut everything?
That's exactly right. We have about a 27% drop in revenue here in California, and so we have no other choice but to cut severely in all these programs. We're not going to raise taxes. We've already raised taxes, $12 billion in this same budget, and voters overwhelmingly rejected tax increases just a few weeks ago, so that's the only option.
Aaron, but there's a lot of other places you could cut. First of all, you can cut all the corporate welfare. You guys subsidize to the tune of tens of billions of dollars every year. Solar companies, new small business companies with all kinds of welfare programs that would raise budget money for you guys immediately. You also have a $10,000 for welfare subsidy for all new home buyers that your state put through in April, and now you're out here broke. What about cutting all of that nonsense out immediately and saving the teachers' jobs and some of the kids' food?
Well, it sounds easy. You should come out here and help us out. I didn't know it was that easy. We've been trying this for about 2 years now, trying to find every rock that we can find
but you just
to
passed
look under
this
to
thing
find
in
some
April.
cash.
You just passed the $100 billion homeowner welfare bill in April.
Well, that's an interesting way of describing it. Some of the economic stimulus proposals we put together were geared toward helping people get back on their feet, helping people stay in their homes, helping people find jobs and that sort of thing. But we are cutting all through state government to try to live within our means. Unfortunately, the legislature was unable to produce a solution that enables us to do that. But we're going to move forward. We now have a $26 billion deficit that we're going to have to solve through cutting all through state government.
Great idea. Start cutting spending. I guess your voters voted not to raise taxes, but here's the question. We've been hearing about California specifically, Massachusetts, a couple other states saying to the federal government, hey, help us out here. Give us some of that stimulus money that's been approved. Where does that stand?
Well, we're happy that we're getting about $50 billion in stimulus money. We're putting that to good use, but a lot of that's one-time money. And so what we're trying to do is streamline these programs that are just growing out of control, essentially lower the cost of running the programs, so when that federal stimulus money runs out, we don't have problems in the out years. But look, we're not asking Washington for any help at all. We're happy that they're going to provide us whatever resources they can through the federal stimulus package. But you mentioned something about the White House earlier. We're not asking the White House for help.
Well, you're not, but you got $50 billion, so your shortfall is really a $76 billion shortfall this year right now.
Well, that sounds like fuzzy math to me. Not all of that money is being used right now. It's over the course of about 3 years, and some of these are grants and other things. It's not just cash going into these programs. But the point is, we have a lot less money than we thought we were going to have. We think the responsible thing to do is to make these programs run more efficiently and to cut back just like every family and business is doing in America right now.
So do you think you're going to come up with a solution? The governor calling the emergency there, forcing the lawmakers to go back to work and come up with some agreement. I imagine all of you guys are going to have to compromise. You're going to have to compromise on the taxes, and they're going to have to compromise on cutting some of these children's programs and these welfare checks for people who or unemployment for people who don't have jobs.
Right, and compromise is the name of the game, and some of those efficiencies you just mentioned with welfare is exactly what we've tried to get them to do. We think it's important to root out the fraud and the waste in some of these programs, make them run more efficiently. Then you can save some money to make them run better. But what we're not going to do is raise taxes. Rebecca, I already told you, we raised taxes $12 billion in this budget, and we don't think we can do anymore, particularly in light of the fact that taxpayers overwhelmingly rejected tax increases a few weeks ago.
Aaron, have you cut your own salary?
Yeah, by 14%. All the administration has taken a third furlough day starting today, and so all of us are taking a 14% pay cut.
Thank you, Aaron.
Well, it's not a pay cut. It's just that you have 3 days off without pay.
Yeah, well, let me know next time I get a day off, and I'll tell you if that works that way. Most administration employees are taking furloughs, but unfortunately we're working every day.
Thanks, man.
All right, Aaron,
thanks, guys.
thanks so much for your time. Thanks for joining us for Happy Hour.